coming here from Southern California. I've got a couple guests with me on the line as well. One in Dallas, one in Pennsylvania, and one in Utah. So we're all connected here, and this is going to be a great opportunity for you to get some concepts, some principles, some strategies to build your business. I just did a 2-week tour through the U.S., and we did an opportunity presentation, and then we did a quick start training, and this was the direction of the quick start training. And what we're going to do is we're going to cover the basics of the business, and we're going to get into a little bit deeper in the product, a little deeper into the comp plan. We're going to give you some strategies, some ideas on how to leverage tools. And this is a very simple direction, but once you master this, you can really duplicate your business. And the key is duplication, as everybody knows. So, right here on the front end, I want to congratulate you for being on this webinar. Very excited about, sharing this information with you. The business is growing. I don't know if a lot of you know this, but my first position is absolutely maxed out. Part of the reason is Australia is in my downline in my first position, and that absolutely has exploded. And the fact is, the story behind that is me contacting a guy in Colorado who got a person going in Atlanta, who got a person going in Vancouver, who got a person going in Florida, who then referred someone in Australia who didn't really do anything, but they referred someone who then referred again in Australia, and then that person took off in the business, and the volumes just went berserk. And that's the power of network marketing. And now I'm in the re-entry position, and I want everybody to realize that you can build this in such a way that you have a maxed out team, you're earning some very high income, and now I'm in a re-entry building a new team. And a lot of you are on this line are in that re-entry, and I want to congratulate you. But this is what I shared 7 years ago when I got started, and I'm still sharing the same thing. I've never deviated from these 3 concepts that I'm going to share with you. I never deviated. I do it day in and day out. It is proven to work, and I know it can work for you here on this line. So first of all, I do have a training program that I did put together that has this information in greater detail. I have 14 other distributors that are on this CD, including Kathy Coover, who really is a distributor at heart. She's a field-driven gal, and I have her on this with 14 distributors who I have sharing what they're doing in their business under the banner of the basics. It's called the Basics of Network Marketing, and it's ABC 1, 2, 3. We're going to spend the time here on 1, 2, 3, but understand that the ABC is just more of the philosophy of the attitude. So A is like attitude, having a great attitude. This is just common sense, but when you have a great attitude, you're able to attract other people that have a great attitude. And attitude is a big factor in terms of your success. Just the desire, the coachability, the teachability, kind of an attitude. Then the belief, B is belief, and that is something that you have to grow into. You have to really believe in not only the product line that we have here and our compensation plan, but the industry in network marketing, to really believe in it, where you're an ambassador to this industry called network marketing that can change people's lives. And let's face it, an extra $1,000 a month will change the average person's life. Just an extra $1,000 a month is a big deal. So the understanding that network marketing is the average person's best chance to really make a difference in their financial situation, have some level of control, that belief is extremely important, on top of the belief of believing in yourself. And that's where you going to the seminars, reading the books, listening to the audios are so critical to your success. So B is belief, and then C is commitment. And commitment is critical in the sense that, when we talk about persistency and stick-to-itiveness and fighting through the adversity, commitment is that critical component to help you make it happen. I know for me it's been the commitment where I've stayed consistent, and it's allowed me to have the success that I have. And and you've all heard this: if someone is going to quit, there's no way they're going to be successful. So the opposite of quitting is commitment and staying committed for the long haul. So that's my cornerstone of ABC. And then we're going to talk about here today on the webinar is 1, 2, 3. And number 1 is using the products. Number 2 is talking to people. And number 3 is using the tools. So number 1, use the products. 2, talk to people. 3, using the tools. And we're going to dig in deep on those 3 subjects. The training is in your back office. Understand that in your website, in your back office, is a wealth of information, and under tools, under the banner tools, in your back office is the ISA sales tools, and it's a company called Sound Concepts, and there's videos, and there's DVDs, there's CDs, there's books, there's training materials, there are so many different tools back there to help you promote your business. So if you're looking for additional tools, and I have tools. You know, when I go to trainings, I pass out CDs to people. I pass out brochures. I send packages to people after they sign up where they get a little welcome package from me. There's a lot of things that I do that, you know, that extra effort of showing that I care, but also educating people. This CD set with a little booklet really can solidify your people in the business. You have to hear these concepts over and over and over again. So get the trainings, and not just mine, but different people like Jim Rohn. Get Jim Rohn's training. So our vision is to impact world health and free people from physical and financial pain, and in the process create the largest health and wellness company in the world. And Jim Cooper was talking about this on the leadership call here on Tuesday, and he said, you know, 10 years ago, 11 years ago, that was a pipe dream, and he was saying today that is becoming a reality. And that is so exciting for us, folks. We are in the middle of an emerging giant. And since I've seen the company, you know, for 7 years, I've seen the evolution of the new bonuses that are in place, the new products that are in place, the new tools that are in place. I've been able to see the evolution. I'm going to tell you right now, we have a legitimate shot to be the premier health company in the world with all the things that we have. We're just a young company. We're only 10 years old. Officially, we're 11 here in the end of this month. And the international expansion is now beginning. So we are looking at now going into other countries in a big way. In the next 3 to 5 years, you're going to see us on an international tear that we've not done previously. And that's going to be a big key to launching this company to $1 billion a year. So you're right at the right place at the right time. That can sound like a cliche, but it's really true here in Isagenix. One of the things that's critical in the beginning is setting the right foundation. And so many people come into this business model and they have no idea what they're trying to accomplish. They have no set goals. They don't have any clarity on what they want to do. And I call it the syndrome of the dog chasing their tail syndrome, where they just chase their tail, not really knowing what they're trying to get accomplished. You want to know what your why is. Why? What is your burning desire that turns you on, that gets you fired up, to get you up in the morning to do the things that it takes to be successful that we're going to share here. You know, I could give you the how-tos all day long, and we're going to do that. But if you don't have your burning why, in my opinion, it's like going in one ear and out the other. It just has no impact until you get clarity of what your burning why is. So what I try to do is get people, you know, a lot of times when they say they don't know what their why is, then let's figure out what we could do financially that could be changing your life. So if when you don't know what your why is on a big level, you know, like changing the world, how about financially, what is a concrete financial goal that you would have? And I like to look at where everybody could be a year from now, and then break that into quarters. Every quarter, where would you be in 90 days? Where would you be in 6 months? Where would you be in 9 months? And where would you be in 1 year? And so it's writing those things down. What do you want in your life health-wise? What do you want in your life financially? What do you want in your life spiritually? What do you want in your life on a lifestyle level? You know, traveling and on a lifestyle level, being able to do different things in that direction. What do you want specifically in your career or your income? And those things you need to jot down and have clarity of where you want to be. So I've got a lady here that has done a great job. She just hit the executive level. Her business is really cooking. I was out there in Pennsylvania. She had a home party of 40 people, and I believe 10 people signed up right on the spot in that home party. And she's just got a very positive attitude to make this business work, and that's Sharon Byler. And Sharon, what if you could share maybe some of your whys and what you did to hit executive?
Yes, thank you, Jay. This executive marker for me was important, and it was just last week that I started thinking, wait a minute, I'm going to be in this company 6 months next week, and I've hit all the other bonuses, and this is a big one, and I'm not set up to do it. And I said, I got to do this. And I feel like you have to want it. You have to want it, and you have to have a burning desire to get it, and you have to have the belief that you can. And I realized last week that, wait a minute, I will not lose this bonus. And then I come back to Jimmy Smith and his training, and he says, how many of you like money? And everybody at first is afraid to raise their hand. He said, come on, you like money, don't you? And we say, yeah, we like money. And he said, you like money, you love people. You don't love money and use people. And money gets us to where we want to go. I mean, money is the thing that's going to help me reach my goals, my dreams. Because my why is big, and I have big dreams. And there was no way in the world that I was going to let go of this $1,000 that I could get this week. And so I didn't know how I was going to do it. At the time, I only had 2 consultants on my left leg. I had the 5 on my right, but I needed 2. And I didn't know how I was going to, I needed 3 more. But I knew I was going to do it somehow. So you start with the belief, and when you have the belief and you're committed, you'll get there. I have big dreams. I want to change the world, and I want to make a difference. I sponsor 6 little orphans in Africa and Ethiopia right now, but I want to help a whole lot more orphans. I want to help people who don't have water in their villages. I want to help them get wells. And one thing, once they get water, what can they do? They can make a shake. I want to see isogenic food all through the world for impoverished people, poverty areas where people need nutrition. I have big goals and I have big dreams. And I knew that somehow I wasn't going to let this $1,000 get by me. And it didn't. I was pulling into Jimmy Smith's event that was here in our area Wednesday night, which was my anniversary date. I came in September 20th, and so March 20 was 6 months later. And I pulled into that event, and started at 7:30. At 7:27, signing up my last person. And it came together in a way I never dreamed. A very new person, actually, Jay, that came to hear you speak at our home, called me up and said, I want to be a consultant. I'm like, I'll help you today. And we did it. And I made my bonus. And I say, you can reach your dreams. Dig deep inside of you and find out what is your why. Why are you here on the planet? What were you created for? Every one of you on this call has a divine design on your life. Find it out. I have a goal. I love to help people, but I want to see people reach their full potential. And for me, that means not only physically, but socially and spiritually. I have big goals and big dreams to help people, and that's why I'm in this company, and I am very grateful that I found a company that is probably the premier health company in the world. I mean, we have an incredible opportunity with a company that's a world leader in cellular cleansing and weight loss. So I just say, whatever your dreams are, whatever your goals, never give up. You can do this. You will reach your dreams if you believe you can. Thank you, Dave.
Awesome, Sharon. Thank you. And folks, you can just see from her energy, I think that story is absolutely phenomenal. She had 6 months to get to executive. She got it done on the last day and signed up a consultant on the last day in a meeting to get her 10th consultant to become executive. That I love, because there was a goal, there was a deadline, and she achieved it. And that's a key, is putting some deadlines to your goals and to your dreams. So from the why, once you get that burning why, and I made a big deal out of that, because once you've got that burning why, you know why you're getting up in the morning. You know why you're making those calls. You know why you're doing what you're doing day in and day out. And I have a vision board, and it's on my wall right now. and it's helping to drive me. And I recommend vision boards for people where I don't know if you're a visual like I am, but I like cutting out pictures, and I put it on a huge board. And when I'm in my home office, I'm staring at this every day, okay? And it's helping me tremendously because it brings clarity to the dreams and the goals and the vision that I have. So here's step one, everybody, and that's using the product system. Now, a lot of you are doing this, but it's not just about you doing it. It's now teaching and training and helping other people to use these products. Once you get educated, it is impossible for you not to continue using these products once you understand them and once you're educated. Now, I call these the pillars of health, and they're primarily 5 products, and they're in all of our programs, in the weight loss direction, in the anti-aging direction, and in the athletic performance direction. So all of our packages, for the most part, contain these pillars. So the cleanse product is critical. You know, with toxins, chemicals, impurities, this helps you lose inches, body fat, and weight. And you want to be doing this on a daily basis so you get your minerals every day, and or on a 1 or 2 day cleanse. Cleanse for Life product, phenomenal, and it's going to help you get those impurities out of the body. So most people, what they do is they reduce their caloric intake with basically dead packaged foods, just less of it. In other words, they're going to eat less. But the problem is they're not dealing with the toxins and the chemicals and the impurities that are in the system that the fat cells enrobe, and they're not getting the nutrition, and their body is starving. Could it be that we eat all this food but we have very low nutrition? Could it be that we eat a lot of calories but we're nutritionally starved? So what we're trying to do is do the opposite, and that's give you the least amount of calories but give you the maximum amount of nutrition. So the concept in Isagenix is get your nutrition from Isagenix and then eat normal food around that for recreation. And I want to share that again. You put Isagenix in your body first to guarantee you're getting these high quality nutrients, the full spectrum nutrition that your body demands. And then you have the luxury to eat normal food around that for recreation and for fun. Not so much for nutrition, but just because it's recreational and it's enjoyable. And I get that. But here's what happens when you do Isagenix. You're increasing lean muscle and you're decreasing body fat. Folks, I want you to get that. You're increasing lean muscle and you're decreasing body fat. Now, these meal replacement shakes are critical. The whey protein is the best source of protein, but it's undenatured whey that blows it away. Because what it means is that the enzymes have not been heat processed. So you have a live food with live enzymes, full spectrum amino acids, and you've got gluten-free, it's 99% lactose-free, no hormones, no antibiotics, no steroids. Children should be on this product. You know, everybody talks about the children. They need to be on this shake. I'm not saying they need to be on all Isagenix products, but they desperately need to be on these shakes. Okay? Now, here's an interesting concept. When you look at the protein biological value, and you look at normal foods, even normal whey, it's a rating of an 80. Chicken and turkey is 79, soy 74, fish 70, lean beef 69. You get the point. Raw eggs is 100. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't look forward to waking up in the morning eating raw eggs. But that's a 100 in terms of the protein biological value. Undenatured whey protein is 159. Undenatured whey protein consists of dipeptides and tripeptides, which creates glutathione, which gives it the highest BV rating. So that's very, very powerful information. So when you're competing with companies that are using soy, folks, it's a slam dunk, okay? Or other whey products that are not undenatured. This is a slam dunk, okay? So here's what the average person is doing. The average person is doing this today. They're doing a 1,000-calorie meal. It's got 62 grams of fat. It's got 2,254 milligrams. And if they're going to any kind of restaurant, they're spending $10, $15, $20, $30 a meal. And I'm talking about, you know, restaurants, you know, where maybe you buy that beer, you buy that wine, you buy that extra dessert, whatever. you know what I'm talking about. Here's a shake with Isagenix, 240 calories, 6 grams of fat, much better than 62 grams of fat, 190 milligrams of sodium, much better than 2,254 milligrams, and it's less than $3 a meal. That, my friends, is what we need to communicate to the average person. You need to do at least one shake a day and start reducing your caloric intake and get good nutrition into your body. The Ionic Supreme is phenomenal. This has got 200 different nutrients that you're not going to get in your normal food. It's going to help you with stress. It's going to help you where you have more stamina and more endurance. So it's great for athletes prior to a workout, and it's great for weight loss to help you not release cortisol, which is a stress hormone. Now, the Ageless Essentials Daily Pack for men and for women, critical product that gives you all your vitamins, all your minerals, all your antioxidants, and I'm going to share with you telomere support. And folks, again, we're not getting this in our normal food. To keep it simple, your body is made out of 100 trillion cells. And the key to health is keeping your cells healthy. So cleansing the cells is keeping you healthy. Loading up your body with high-level amino acids and enzymes is keeping your cells healthy. But what vitamins and minerals and antioxidants do specifically is they work inside the cell and outside the cell to protect the structure of the cell or the integrity of the cell. And that's what antioxidants do in a huge way. And so on a scientific level, it is proven that antioxidants will fight free radical damage. And you've got coenzyme Q10, you've got vitamin D3, you've got resveratrol, you've got the omegas, which are those fish oils that are so good for your cardiovascular. You've got vitamins for men and for women that are specific. You have C-Light, vitamin C, that's a water-soluble antioxidant. And all of those are in combination with this product called Product B. When you get the Ageless Essentials with Product B, and you can get those in those packs, this product is insane. Nobody has something like this called Product B that has the legitimate backing of people like Dr. William Andrews. Now, you need to Google this so you know what I'm talking about. Dr. William Andrews, write that down. Dr. William Andrews, you want to Google him after this webinar, and you want to Google telomeres, T-E-L-O-M-E-R-E-S. If you Google those two things, you will come up with tons of information that this guy is the foremost expert on telomeres. And his whole life is about finding a way to slow down the aging process, to reverse the aging process. Now, on the frontier of anti-aging, everything is about telomeres now. Everything is about the telomere showing as the signpost of aging. So what's beautiful here is this is where science has taken us to this point. Every time your cells divide, your telomeres shorten. Now this is, folks, people don't know this. The average person does not know this. I never knew this. But when you're conceived, you have 15,000 units to a telomere. It's the end, at the end of your chromosome. At birth, it's 10,000 units. You've lost 5,000 units from conception to birth. And then from birth to death, it goes from 10,000 units to 5,000. At 5,000 units, you're done. That's your time on the planet. And so the question is, if that's true, then would it make sense that we could identify something that could actually slow down and make an impact on the telomere, slow down the shortening of the telomere, or protect the telomere so it didn't shorten? And so there's an enzyme called telomerase, and this is where Dr. William Andrews is involved with Sierra Sciences. That's his lab. And write down Sierra Sciences. And they're the people that are testing our product and all our raw materials and all the combinations that we send to Sierra Sciences. They test it for the enzyme called telomerase. Now that is what's put into our product called Product B. There's been an evolution of 3 evolutions to this product because new science comes out, new testing comes out. And I'm telling you, in the next couple of years, people are going to understand what a telomere is, and they're going to realize that it's connected to the aging process, and they're going to look for a product that can support their telomere. So in conjunction with the other pillars, this is a critical key to your long-term health. So those are the products. Now, over $2 million is spent annually on testing the raw materials, finished goods, and third-party testing. This is a lot better than going to the corner convenience store and buying something off the shelf. This is high quality, and it's being tested for the high quality, and you can have comfort knowing that this is a safe, healthy product. Now, the programs that we have, I just shared with you the pillars. In those pillars, we have a product for 30-day cleansing and fat burning. We have products for energy and performance for athletes. We have products for healthy aging. If someone doesn't need to really lose weight, but they want to be maintaining their weight, increasing lean muscle, strengthening their immune system, we have the healthy aging and telomere support. And there are 60 other products in our line, and one of them that's brand new that I absolutely love is the E+. When I was on my 2-week tour, folks, I lived on this product, man. I woke up in the morning and I had an E+. And this is a replacement of the 5-Hour Energy that you're seeing everywhere, or Monster, or Rockstar, or Red Bull. Those products are synthetic caffeines, lots of sugar, man-made sugars, and or man-made chemicals that are sugar substitutes. And they have artificial colors, artificial sweeteners. Look at this product right here. Natural caffeine from yerba mate and green tea. These are natural herbs that have been used for centuries, and it has a naturally occurring caffeine. It's got an adaptogenic blend that is absolutely wonderful for your health. It's got no artificial sweeteners, no artificial colors, no artificial flavors, only 35 calories. And folks, what a great way to wake up with that. And also before a meeting, if your energy's low, or to get on the phones, if your energy's low, or before a workout. And you only want to do about 2 a day, and you don't want to do it late at night. But the fact is, this is a great replacement for all these energy products on the market that are just pure junk. And this is actually a healthy way to get you the energy. And I find that it gives you a mental lift. We have all these other products. So when we talk about using the products, this is actually your job description. Because if you'll use the products, you're going to get product results. This is a friend of mine, Dan Ryan. I got him on the products. He lost 50 pounds. He's a walking, talking billboard. Okay, he's maintained that now for years. I've got this gal named Lori, who's a client of mine here in Southern California. She started as a size 16, went down to a 10, then down to a 6, then down to a 0.2. She's a walking, talking billboard, and she had major health problems before she started this program. So, you know, it's amazing to see the difference, and this is not photoshopped or anything like that. These are real people with real results. This guy, Dr. Ken Simpson's a chiropractor. He lost over 105 pounds and 112 inches. Folks, this is what makes Isagenix unique, because it's increasing lean muscle, it's decreasing body fat, it's cleansing the junk out, getting the nutrition in, and your body is a miracle. It just needs the raw materials to work with. Kim Olson, she tried every diet known to man. She got results on this product immediately, and she's been able to maintain it for 10 years. The product is a food. You have to eat food the rest of your life. Why not eat the best food on the planet and then share that with some other people as well? Peter Ullman, this is a gentleman up in Canada, and guys, you don't have to wear Speedos, but if you want to, you can. But look at the results he got in 33 days. He's maintained that for over 10 years. See, that's the reason I have those pictures. They've maintained it. Now, we have a website, and you want to jot this down, isobodychallenge.com. isobodychallenge.com. Every single client should register because it's free. And there's free drawings, there's free cash, there's free trips. There's no reason not to register. But what we're doing is we're accumulating before and after pictures, and then also we're getting people to win cash along the way they need to submit a very short essay after they complete their IsaBody challenge, and they have a real chance to win. So it's not just they have to lose the most weight. It's their story and a little essay, and you provide your before and after pictures. All the information is at IsaBody challenge. So in summary, when we talk about using the products, we want to help people develop their product story. Document your results. How many inches did you lose? How much weight did you lose? How many dress sizes you lost, or pant sizes? Document it. Use isaproduct.com as your reference point for people that want more information on the product. If they bought a 30-day or whatever the programs are, all the information on that program is at isaproduct.com. There are support calls twice a day through the week. Make sure your clients are aware of all that information. IsaBody Challenge, I just mentioned to register for that. And create a support team. Get people connected to other people, and that can be done in a meeting, and that can be done on the phone. Let me share with you, folks, the fortune is in the follow-up. When you get a client started, that first week is the most critical week to make sure that they get followed up on. Not 1 year later, not 6 months later, the first week. If you make sure that they get their products and you walk them through the products, you make sure you walk them through the website where they know where the information is on the website, they know how to use the products based on their schedule, and they feel comfortable getting started. Folks, you are going to be amazed if you point them in the right direction and you show support, the results these people are going to get. The lack of follow-up will kill you, and believe me, after 7 years I will tell you, if you don't follow up with people, they will quit. That first week is critical. Most people need that extra phone call. They need that extra support. They need that extra encouragement. That's what makes our business model powerful, is that we can provide that and walk everybody through their website, and you will maintain not only your client base, but you're going to have other people coming in through them because of their referrals, because of the results that they're getting. So that's number one, is using the products. Now, if you can get that done, you are halfway home. And I really mean that. You are halfway home. Just the consistency of using the products and the consistency of working with people to use the products, they become walking, talking billboards, and you could not slow this thing down if you tried. So just that is half the battle right there. Now that's duplicatable too. Number two is now talk to people. In talking to people, you have something powerful here. I'm going to have you meet Drew here, and Drew, I call him Drew, his name's, I want to call him Drew Brees, but it's Drew Lee. And this guy hit the executive level as well here in Utah. And, I really appreciate people that step up and step away from the crowd. And this gentleman has, he and his wife, Kimberly. And I want him to share with you some strategies that he's using in regards to building his business. So, Drew?
Thank you, Jay. It's a great opportunity to be on the call and be associated with good people like you and this wonderful company and team. A couple fun things I just want to highlight and go over. When it came to us achieving Crystal Executive, there was no compromise about it. It was going to happen, or it wasn't. And so we just made the early mindset, this is a done deal. Because we understand what we do today determines tomorrow. So we came up with a plan. And the plan was we drew out the organizational chart from the map to Crystal Executive. You can print that in the back office. And it's a great little guide to mapping out goals and directions and where you're going to plug people in to achieve the goal you're looking to do. And then we made a list of potential prospects that either that we've been working with and or new prospects. And we presented to those prospects. And we also followed up with a great proactiveness with those prospects. And we found that the follow-up was huge and crucial for this happening. I think the biggest thing for this happening that we understood from a great early on, that in order for us to be successful in this business and being successful in achieving rank advancements. Hence, so does our team. They have to be successful. They need to be reaching their advancements. There's just no way around that. And so we work diligently with our own personal enrollees, counseling with them, coaching with them, asking them, and who do they have? Who are they working with? What prospects can they drum up? And what can we do to be creative in helping them to achieve their goals or increasing their cycles? What are their goals? What is their determinations? And what can we do to bring that to pass? Again, follow up with key. We not only followed up with prospects, but we followed up with their own team members, holding them accountable to their own goals, to the goals and commitments that they established themselves after they identified it. We were nothing more than a support to that in bringing those goals to pass. And when it comes to working with people and bringing them in, we were closing them left and right. Our team was closing them left and right. Got close to the deadline, and then it called time for creativity. And that means if people weren't dancing, in other words, meaning it wasn't a good time for them to sign up, but they were close to doing it, we would dangle a carrot in front of them and say, listen, well, what would it take to get you to do this? Would it take for us maybe helping you out with the membership fee? In fact, if we do that, would that help you to do this? Well, some did, and some were like, well, no, it wasn't good enough. I'm like, okay, listen. You're going to love the products. You're going to love the way you feel. You're going to love the way you look. I promise. And we let them know that the company would stand behind the products with a money-back guarantee. And so once they got the products into them, after they started using the products, they loved it. They wanted to become an advocate of it. They liked how they felt. And so that started to propagate in a very successful way. So we got creative with that. And we also found the importance of having the game plan. The game plan was huge. If we didn't have a plan, nothing was going to happen. But with that plan, we were proactive to that plan. We were proactive with the follow-up. And we were not afraid to ask people for their money. And that's what it comes down to. And that's the biggest thing I think we can counsel here is, folks, don't be afraid to ask people for their money. It's okay. People need to have that commitment. You will be surprised who will and who will sign up. It's a very beautiful thing. As long as they're educated, they just need that little commitment nudge. And don't be afraid to ask them for their money. And it's okay. And so the success started to come in, and enrollees were coming in. And this whole thing was a slam dunk. And we're very grateful for the training and the direction we've had from Isogenics. Great mentors like Jay and Bobby and Michelle Schaefer and all these good people that we've worked with. Couldn't have done it without you. That being said, my good companion here is going to shed 2 seconds of thoughts, and we'll go from there.
Hey there, Jay. Just like Xander said here, for us to achieve Crystal Executive, it was just a frame of mind. It was a mindset. We made the goal early on, and we always talked about the fact that we were going to make Crystal Executive. It wasn't ever, oh, if the stars align and everything works out, wouldn't it be great if we make it? It was just, no, we're going to do this. And early on when we enrolled back in September, we were so privileged to get to be trained by you, Jay, and you told us a key thing right off. You said, get to the event. These are going to help you. So the very first month that we came in Isogenics, we went to an ICU, and that opened our eyes of how Isogenics works, how to make money, and that was really when we said, okay, this is what we need to do. There's a path. Get to Crystal Manager, get to Crystal Director, get to Crystal Executive. And we said, we're going to do this. And you know what? Our deadline came up for Crystal Executive this month, and we were really close. And, our time was short, and we could have said, oh, you know what, we have too much to do, we'll just give up. But we had decided we're going to make it. And so we did everything we needed to do. We had laser beam focus, and we made it happen. And it was a determination we had. Like Xander said, we worked with people, and we had a time frame, and if they were on the fence and it wasn't a good time, we said, what can we do to make this a good time for you? Because we were going to achieve our goal. And those deadlines are incredible because it makes you get out of your comfort zone, get out of your shell, and you achieve your goals. And it helps you get to where you want to be, because we have a why, and we're gonna make some things happen. So we're very excited, and thank you so much for letting us be on this call.
Yes, thank you, Jay. Great times and great opportunity here. Thank you.
Drew and Kimberly, awesome job. And folks, I love what they shared, and that was mindset. You know, when you really think about it, if you're on this webinar here, look at your mindset. What is your mindset? Because that will determine your direction in this business model, is your mindset. And I think that's the most critical thing that I picked up here so far on this webinar. It's all about mindset. Now, remember, it's consistency of getting people to take a look. You know, if you had 2 looks a day, that's over 720 looks in a year. Okay, just 2 looks a day. Now, some people are crazy like I am, get 10, 15, 20 looks. When I first got started in the very beginning, it was overwhelming. Every single person took a look. I'm still getting people to look. This week, I've sponsored 3 new people. Okay, this week, and my goal is to sponsor 10 within 30 days. Okay, and I'm not going to give up until I get those 10. It's a mindset. Now, I'm in a place where financially I don't need to do that. But the reason that I'm doing it is to lead by example and to prove to other people that they can do it. And that's what a leader needs to do. You need to step up and step away from the crowd. Don't look at anybody in your organization. Only look at yourself. Look in the mirror and go, what am I doing? Because people will follow someone who is in action. People will follow a leader who's doing it themselves. Not talking about it, but doing it. So you put a list together, and that is a fundamental. See, a lot of people don't understand network marketing, but it's a warm market relationship business. Who do you know? And that's all you need to start with. Who do you know? Who do you know? And then from there, you start putting that list together and get the spouse involved. And in that entire process, ask for referrals. And remember, always take the easy business. If I have 10 people that I'm dealing with, 5 are positive, 5 are negative, I'm focusing on the 5 positive and not the 5 negative. Some people want to massage the 5 negative. Drop them. And it's not that they're bad people or anything like that. It's just don't waste your time with that. Put the focus with the 5 positive. Let the 5 negative go, and watch what happens to your business when you flow with the easy business and you let go of the hard business. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So here's what you're looking at doing. You're wanting a couple of key people. If you get 5 people into this program and you teach and train those 5 to get 5, you now have 25. Those 25 go out and get 5, you now have 125. Those 125 get 5, you now have 625. Now, some people, the light bulb comes on when they see this, and some people, the light bulb never comes on. They don't get this. But honestly, in network marketing, this is what you've got to get excited about, because when those people use the products, you get paid. When those people refer people, you get paid. When those people are using the products, you get paid. Do you know how much money I make when I'm asleep because of Australia? Do you know how much money comes in? It's an enormous amount of money when I'm asleep. There's no time, there's no labor, and I'm getting paid. Now, that's huge, folks. And so that's the power of this type of marketing. You've got to teach people this. You've got to train this to people where they understand the concept. Now, right away, everybody should be on AutoShip because they hold volume. Remember that. Hold volume. That's the key to AutoShip. They get their products in a timely fashion, but they're also holding volume. You need 100 VV every 30 days. Okay, now I'm going to show you 2 categories or 2 price points that you can lead with. Now, there's a lot of programs here. I'm going to keep it simple. We have the 559 packs for weight loss, energy and performance, healthy aging. And if you notice, the product introductory bonuses are 80. And then we have the 272 packs. And this is weight loss, energy and performance, and healthy aging. There'll be some slight adjustments to pricing if you're buying canisters or packets or liquids or powders, but those are primarily the basic price points. Now, what you want to do is go, do you want the 559 pack and really get started here where you sampling all the products, you get a free sign up? Or would you feel more comfortable with the 272 pack where you can really try the products yourself and you have 100% money back guarantee? Okay, remember that. Folks, share that. There's 100% money back guarantee. My opinion, you don't need a sample. The package itself is a sample. Why? Because it's 100% money back guarantee. Get the commitment like Drew just shared. Get people to commit with their credit card. Listen, you get them to commit, they're more likely to use the products. So get the commitment, get them to purchase the product, also knowing there's a 100% money back guarantee. If they don't like the color of the bottles, they can send it back. But here's the beauty for you and I. Here's the beauty for you and I. And this is what you need to teach, and this is what you need to train. That is this. Mary, here's you. Or let me just say, here's you, whoever your prospect is. You bring in Bob on the left and Mary on the right. Bob gets a president's pack, a family pack. They call it a family pack or a president's pack. And Mary gets a 30-day. Normally you would get $80 bonus or a $25 bonus, but because you did those two in a week, we will double those bonuses. It's called a double product introductory bonus. Bob now makes $160, Mary does $50. And by the way, I've done that this week already. I got one person in with a 30-day. I got one person in with a President's Pack. I made $210, okay? So by doing that, you make $210 on the front end, and you make $50 because you got to consultant. So that's $50 plus $210. Now you help Bob and Mary develop their one on the left, one on the right, and you make $100 on every consultant you develop. So you make $100 on Bob and you make $100 on Mary. That's an additional $200. And here's the key with all your new people, folks. If you do that within 30 days, you make $710. You get a $250 bonus, $710. That's how a new person should be looking at the program, and that'll get them excited because they could see a way of making an extra $100, $200, $300, $400, $500, $600, $700, depending on their motivation or how they want to do things. But this is not overwhelming, folks, in 30 days. That's only 2 consultants. That is not an overwhelming amount of business there to make $710. I think that's quite amazing. When I did this 7 years ago, I got 0. We had none of these bonuses. So I want to make sure you're clear on that. We had 0, okay? Now that person gets 710. The question is 710 better than 0? And the answer is 710 is better than 0. So as you develop Crystal Manager, and I just showed you Crystal Manager, that's 2 consultants. Then you go to Crystal Director, which is 6 consultants. And then you go to Executive, which is 10 consultants. You get a $750 bonus and a $1,000 bonus within 90 days and 6 months. Now on top of that, okay, and this is just a summary of what I just shared, on top of that, you now have a holiday bonus. So as you maintain two consultants, you maintain being a Crystal Manager, or 6 consultants, you maintain Crystal Director, or 10 consultants, you maintain Executive. You also get 2, 6, and 10 shares on a weekly basis through the year, and that's going to be paid out at the end of the year. And this is the first year we've done this where we've paid a holiday bonus pool. And to be honest, this is something new and different, so I can't tell you the exact monies that are going to be there. But just that you're staying active at those levels, the company's going to reward you with an additional bonus, which I think is phenomenal. So on top of that, as you're building for these bonuses, you're getting paid a back-end residual. And the key to our comp plan is developing consultants, helping people get one on the left, one on the right. And I just shared with you, you make $100 on each one you develop. Okay? Now, this is what it looks like for a cycle. When there's 600 on one side, 300 on the other, it produces a commission cycle. And it kind of looks like this. As it starts to grow, if you're on AutoShip, you're holding all the volume on both teams. In this case, you show 1,000 volume on the left team. You show 450 volume on the right team. You've got 600 on the left. You've got 300 on the right. And what that means is you've got 400 held over because you have excess volume, and you have 150 held over in the other leg because you have excess volume. And then as you have people bringing in other people, and as you're bringing in new people, as you get the next level of volume, you'll get the next cycle. So in this case, You would need 200 on your left team to create another 600, and you'd need 150 on your right team to create 300 to get to the next cycle. And it will pay up to 250 cycles per week. So one physician will pay 250 cycles a week, and that translates to 13,500 a week, 54,000 a month, 702,000 a year. And what I want you to look at is look at the qualification here. It's only you doing 100 BV, and you're using your own product, you're consuming your own product. You have one on your left consuming product. You have one on your right. Now these are personally enrolled people. They could be anywhere down that left team and anywhere down that right team, but as long as you have one on the left, one on the right, you're completely qualified for all cycles down those two teams. Complete, qualified, no extra additional qualifications, no extra volume requirements. That is it. So whether you make an extra 500 a week, 500 a month, 1,000 a week, 1,000 a month, 5,000 a week, 5,000 a month, 10,000 a week, 10,000 a month, 20,000 a month, 30,000 a month, 50,000 a month, does not matter. That's your only qualification. People need to know that. That is powerful. So that's your comp plan. And what you want to look at is, what do you want to do? When you look at the next year, where do you want to be in terms of your cycles? And this is where Drew and Kimberly and Sharon, who now have all hit executive, they had goals, and they're all now getting over the 10 cycles a week because they hit the executive level. Where are your goals? Where are your goals? Where do you want to be a year from today? Now, let's just say that you wanted to be a six-figure earner. I'm just going to use that as an example. If you want to be a six-figure earner, if you look at that, that's about 40 cycles, and I'm going to be rounding up to 40 cycles. Well, here's a real cool built-in goal-setting program. Divide that by 4. There's 4 quarters to a year, which means that in 90 days you want to be at 10 cycles. In 6 months you want to be at 20 cycles. In 3 months you want to be at 30 cycles. And in 12 months, 1 year from today, you're at 40 cycles. And you monitor quarter to quarter to quarter to track yourself on those goals. And I'm just using that as an example. You could cut that in half to 20 cycles, and you divide 20 by 4, it would be 5. So in the end of 90 days, it would be 5 cycles. The end of 6 months, it would be 10 cycles. The end of 9 months, it would be 15 cycles. And the end of 1 year, it would be 20 cycles. And now you have a built-in goal-setting program, and you've got a game plan quarter to quarter to quarter, and you know exactly what you need to do to be successful to reach your goals. Again, way better than what I call sand through your fingers or chasing your tail. You know exactly what you're trying to accomplish. Okay? So this is a very nice overview to pick a cycle for you and your teammates. What do they want to achieve? Give them a 1-year track, and know that this type of a business does take some time. So the first year is your foundation year, and it's the second year, third year, fourth year that it's absolutely payback time. So you gotta, sometimes you gotta kind of what I call suck it up a little bit to pay the price on the front end that the average person's not willing to pay. Okay? And the concept that I have here is getting a plane off the runway. It takes a lot of gasoline, it takes a lot of energy to get that plane, a lot of horsepower to get that plane off the runway. But I'll tell you folks, once you get that plane up in the air, it just flows, and it flows unbelievably well, and it doesn't take that same amount of energy to create that to create the result. So all the energy is on that front end, so that you can have that back end residual. Now, 83 millionaires now and counting. So same company, same product, same marketing plan. So number 1, we have talked about using the products. Number 2, we have talked about talking to people. And you have to have a daily method of operation of talking to new people every day. So see, at the end of the day, how many new people did you talk to today? Not last week, not next week, what you're going to do, what you did. What did you do today? And that is a critical key, folks. How many new people did you talk to today? is going to be determining your success in this business model. It comes down to talking to new people every day and working with your existing people every day. But don't get caught up in a management mode, talking to people that you sponsored 6 months ago. Here's the deal. Bring on new people, personally enroll new people. That is the lifeblood of this business, and your business will grow to the next level by personally enrolling new people. So a strategy is, if you want to be a real mover and shaker here from this webinar, in the next 30 days, on a minimum level, enroll 5. And if you really want to kick this into gear, enroll 10 in the next 30 days. You're talking to people to enroll 5 to 10 new people in the next 30 days. Now, one of the keys is tools. And I'm going to keep it short here on the tool side. And I'm going to go right to the tools in a summary form. And what I want to do here is just summarize the tools, and we'll wrap up the webinar here today. We've got a lot of tools. And if you'll use the products and if you'll talk to new people and share your excitement, that's really, I'm telling you, half the battle. If you want to speed things up, then you've got to learn tools. And the challenge, though, when I bring up tools now, is that the average person has to develop some skills. And the average person's going to have to learn to do a few things. And there's a big drop when you start talking, oh, you mean I got to work? You mean I need to learn something? You mean I got to develop skills? I didn't know it was something like that. So what I want you to know is that the average person needs to know that they can use the products and talk to people and make an extra $500, $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 a month, period. That they can actually do that just by using the products and talking to people. When we start getting into the tools, we're talking about speeding things up, we're talking about leverage, we're talking about developing some skills. So I don't want anybody to be blown away. I want you to know that you add this in as you go, and you learn as you go. But the 3-step system, very simply, is nothing more than saying, Mary, do you have 10 minutes to watch a video? Okay, everybody's got a phone and everybody's got a computer, and especially for long-distance sponsoring. You're going to take them to the iSamovie website. So, Richard, maybe you could type in isamovie.com, and that website is your #1 website to get people to look at. Talk less and use the video more. Write that down. Talk less and use the videos more. That is a key. So the ability for you to set appointments to get people to watch the videos is going to be your most critical key. The 3-way calls is another critical key to leverage your upline, people that know the company, know the product, know the marketing plan, have confidence, can handle objections. The ability to utilize your upline to help you to talk to your clients, your contacts, your prospects is a critical skill that needs to be developed, and I would think would be extremely duplicatable, but very few people use it. It's a big mistake not to use it. And I'm going to have Tim Darnell, who's been a partner of mine here the last year in the reentry, quickly share his story, but I want him to share the benefit of 3-way calls. Tim?
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Jay. I want to say a special congratulations to Sharon Byler and Drew and Kimberly Lee. Man, fantastic guys. Way to go. That is fantastic. You fired me up. And so real quickly, my story is that Jay started calling me about 6 years ago about Isagenix. I had other projects. He was persistent, kept calling. I got to a point where I finally said, okay, I'll look, and I went to Phoenix, Arizona, and met with Jim and Kathy Coover and some of the phenomenal management team at Isagenix. I went out there with my arms folded, was not really, I thought it was just going to be another nutrition company, and what I saw just absolutely blew me away. And so we went to work. Things were a little bit fuzzy for me until I got to the ICU in Phoenix, went out there, and it became just a situation of clarity about what needed to happen with Isagenix and how I could build this thing, what it was, what the comp plant was, and what direction I needed to head into. And so we started building and brought some really good people on board, and this thing just really started taking off. And my goal was $20,000 a month. About our 8th month into the business, we got there, And so now my goal is to get to maxing out what Jay's been talking about. And I think everybody on this line needs to really think in terms of maxing out your own center at 250 cycles and that 13.5 per week. And some other goals along that line is top 20 income earner, and then I'm doing the exact same things that Jay's talking about. 5 new people by the end of this month, 5 new personally enrolled people by the end of this month. It's amazing what that does to your business when you're personally enrolling. All along that way, I used Jay as in a three-way type situation, and I would introduce people to Jay and Jay to the new people. I would say something nice about Jay. I'd say something nice about the new person, and I would put my phone on mute, and I would sit back and listen carefully to Jay's verbiage that he used and how he handled questions, how he handled remarks, where he would take people on those calls. And pretty soon I was doing the same thing, and so now I'm in a situation where I'm doing 3 ways, literally 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, it's 3 ways a day with our people. And I encourage you to use a guy like me or Jay, certainly, who this is what we do. We're on the phone constantly, and it's all to help you. And for us to get to our goals, we've got to help you get to your goals, and it's just a wonderful symbiotic relation, so to speak, in how that works. And so if we can help you build to your goal, get your income replaced at your work maybe, or whatever that goal might be, then that's an exciting thing to see that happen. So again, I want to say big congratulations to Sharon, Drew, and Kimberly.
Thank you, Tim. And folks, the 3-way calls, I can't stress that enough. That's a skill you want to develop, the ability to introduce people to your upline team. Conference calls, webinars. Look at this webinar. I want to congratulate all of you for being plugged in. Weekly, we do a live webinar, and I individually do smaller webinars with people. I brought some new people in. I did a webinar for 2 people. But what a very valuable tool. So every Saturday, same time, same station, we have a leader that does the webinar training. So during the week, you're getting people in front of iSamovie. I have a webinar opportunity meeting that I did, and I'm sending you the link right now, and I want you to jot down that link if you're on the webinar, and it's leanandcleanforlife.com/Isagenix opportunity. That is a webinar that we did, that we recorded, that does the company, the product, the marketing plan, the options, and we have testimonials in it, and it's about 35 minutes, which is very difficult to do that complete of an opportunity meeting on a webinar like that. But I think we did a very good job of keeping it short and to the point. But the biggest thing is this. We are delivering that opportunity meeting to them in the comfort of their home. They don't have to go to a hotel. And you on the webinar here, I want you to get this. This is a 1-hour training webinar. But you didn't have to drive. You didn't have to shower. You didn't have to drive down the freeway. You didn't have to pay for parking. You didn't have to deal with traffic. You didn't have to deal with paying for lunch and dinner for somebody. You literally, in the comfort of your home, you got what you might get in a hotel meeting in terms of training. You got it from the comfort of your home. The only thing you don't have is looking us in the eyes. And that, I have to say, is powerful. But when you learn the art of the webinar or the conference calls, and you learn to do that daily, you have people going to the websites daily. You have 3-way calls going daily. You have your conference calls weekly. You have your webinars weekly. Then you have a structure, a telecommuting structure that will allow you to be successful. The problem with most people in network marketing, they have no structure, and they let the day and the week go by, and they're not done anything. And so the art that I've learned is how to structure my days and my weeks and my months and my quarters so that I can produce the results. I hope that makes sense. Now, as we develop this telecommuting strategy, then we drive into these live events, face-to-face, belly-to-belly. The most powerful thing you could do is meet someone one-on-one, face-to-face. So if you don't see yourself making a phone call to walk someone through a website, at least pick up the phone and meet them face-to-face and make the presentation there. And then home parties are a great strategy. Get every person to do at least one home party where you can meet 5, 10 new people in a home party. Pop in the DVD, have samples of the product, and hand everybody the order forms and take orders. You got area meetings, you go in your back office, go to go to orders and go to the events section, and all the events across the country are there. Find out where the events are and get people to those events. And then what's coming up here, of course, are the ICUs and the convention. You have an ICU in the East Coast, in Charlotte in the beginning of May, and you have an ICU at the end of May in Phoenix on the West Coast. So folks, for a word to the wise is sufficient. The key for you, if you're serious, is to get as many key people to the Charlotte ICU and or the Phoenix ICU. Leverage those events, get those people into a 2-day intensive training. And I'm telling you why people are not successful. They don't have the knowledge. They don't have the information. They don't really know what this is. They have foggy thinking. They really do. They have foggy thinking. And when you get them to an ICU, you get them crystal clear. They get crystal clear. Tim Darnell will tell you that he had foggy thinking. I had signed him up. He'd been involved 30 days, but it wasn't until he got to the Isogenics University that he got crystal clarity. And because of that, he's now at $20,000 a month. Okay, if he hadn't gone there, he probably would not be creating those kind of results. So it's very critical to get people to the event. So folks, we've covered a lot here. Number one, use the products. Number two, talk to people. Number three, use the tools. And I send you that link, the leanandcleanforlife.com/Isogenics opportunity. You may later, off hours, look that over and see if that's not a great tool. So after you get people to go to the ISA movie to review the videos, they're saying, I really want to know more. Let that link be your opportunity overview, and then close them out with an order after that. You may want to use that as another tool to help you get people in. So I want to thank Sharon Weiler for being on the call. I want to thank Drew and Kimberly Lee for being on the call. I want to thank Tim Darnell for being on the call, and all of you for participating. And let's make this a super duper week. I mean, go for it, guys and gals. You know, take action with the stuff that we shared here and really set your goals. And let's make this really a very productive week here. So thanks for being on. God bless, and have a great weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.